In Zen Buddhist philosophy, the act of healthy eating is an emanation of a broader approach to life that encourages respect for all forms of life, compassion toward other beings, and recognition of the interconnectedness of every aspect of existence. The essence of this practice lies in the deep awareness that every bite of food we put in our mouths is an act that has consequences not only for our physical bodies, but also for our minds and society as a whole. Food mindfulness is a practice that allows us to deepen our relationship with food and with ourselves. This approach teaches us to be truly present in the moment of eating, to fully immerse ourselves in the experience of eating. In modern society, we often fall victim to haste and distractions, eating mechanically while immersed in our phones or work. Zen Buddhism offers us an antidote to this frenzy, inviting us to slow down and embrace the practice of mindful eating. When we sit down in front of our food with gratitude, we become aware of how extraordinary the process is that brought us that meal. Every morsel we put in our mouths is the result of a complex system involving nature, farmers, cooks, and all the people involved in the food production chain. This sense of gratitude allows us to see food as a precious gift and to appreciate the value of the life it contains. The practice of food awareness leads us to be more in tune with our body's signals. We learn to recognize the difference between true hunger and the impulsive desire to eat. This helps us avoid overeating or eating out of real need. When we listen to our bodies, we take care of ourselves in a more loving and respectful way. In addition to promoting a more balanced relationship with food, food awareness also helps us develop a greater awareness of the food choices we make. We realize how our choices affect our physical and mental health, as well as the environment and communities around us. This awareness motivates us to make more informed and sustainable choices for the good of ourselves and the planet. Food awareness is therefore much more than just a way of eating. It is a practice that leads us to a deeper connection with food, ourselves, and the world. It teaches us to slow down, to be grateful, to listen to our bodies, and to make more conscious choices. It is a way to live in harmony with food and to nourish not only our bodies but our minds and spirits as well. Moderation, in the context of Zen Buddhist philosophy, is a concept that goes far beyond the mere act of eating. It is a principle of life that encompasses every aspect of existence. When applied to food, it takes on a particularly important meaning. In a world often dominated by excess and consumerism, Zen Buddhism reminds us of the importance of finding a wise balance in our food choices. It is not a matter of depriving ourselves of the pleasures of food, but rather of cultivating a deep awareness about what we put into our bodies. This approach urges us to carefully consider the quality and quantity of the foods we choose to consume. The quality of food is essential, as what we eat has a direct impact on our physical and mental health. In Zen Buddhism, we are taught to favor fresh, natural, whole foods that are rich in nutrients that nourish our bodies and minds. It encourages us to avoid processed foods, rich in added sugars and saturated fats that can have negative effects on our health. In addition, moderation asks us to be mindful of the amount of food we consume. Too often we get carried away with excessive portions or unhealthy eating habits. Zen Buddhism invites us to listen to our bodies and recognize when we are really hungry and when we are full. Eating slowly and mindfully helps us perceive satiety signals more clearly, preventing overweight and obesity that can result from overeating. In addition, moderation in eating helps develop a sense of self-control and responsibility for our well-being. It teaches us to manage our desires and not be guided by momentary impulses. This principle helps us make wiser food decisions, considering how each choice affects our health and inner balance. Therefore, moderation in diet is an important aspect of Zen Buddhist philosophy that teaches us to balance desire and need, make conscious food choices, and develop a sense of self-control. This approach to diet not only improves our physical health, but also contributes to our spiritual growth, helping us to live more consciously and harmoniously with the world around us. It is an invitation to be more responsible to ourselves and to our overall well-being. Gratitude, one of the basic pillars of Zen Buddhist philosophy, teaches us to recognize and appreciate the value of each and every meal we consume. When we put food on our plate, it is important to reflect on the whole process that made that moment possible. This process begins with the growers and farmers who worked hard to grow the ingredients, the one who harvested the food, the transporters who delivered it to the stores, the cooks who prepared it with dedication and care, and even the sun and rain that made it possible for the food itself to grow. Every meal we consume represents an act of consuming life-giving energy that has gone through many stages before arriving on our table. This sense of gratitude reminds us that we are part of a larger cycle of life and death. The foods we eat are a testament to the cyclical nature of existence, where each life form is interconnected and mutually supportive. The practice of gratitude connects us more deeply with nature and makes us appreciate the gift of life in all its forms. It makes us aware that the food we consume is a precious gift and we should not take it for granted. This awareness can lead to a change in our relationship with food, prompting us to choose more carefully and respectfully what we eat and how we treat it. Moreover, gratitude in Zen Buddhism is not limited only to food. It is a practice that can be extended to all experiences of daily life. Every moment, every encounter, and every experience can be lived with gratitude. This practice helps us live more fully and consciously, recognizing the value of each moment and learning to be fully present in our lives. Gratitude in Zen Buddhism, therefore, is a constant reminder to recognize and appreciate the gift of life, expressed through food and through every aspect of existence. This practice connects us with nature, makes us more aware of the cycle of life and death, and invites us to live with more gratitude and awareness each day. The choice of a vegetarian or vegan diet among Zen Buddhist practitioners represents a profound commitment to compassion, nonviolence, and harmony with the environment. This decision is based on a set of philosophical principles that permeate their approach to food and how they interact with the world around them. First, the decision to avoid meat consumption is an act of compassion toward animals. Zen Buddhist practitioners believe that all life forms have intrinsic value and that every living thing deserves respect and consideration. Consuming meat often involves the subjugation and suffering of animals, so adopting a vegetarian or vegan diet is seen as a concrete way of respecting life and reducing suffering in the world. Second, this choice reflects a deep concern for the environment. Meat production is notoriously intensive in terms of natural resources and contributes significantly to greenhouse gas emissions and deforestation. Zen Buddhist practitioners recognize that reducing meat consumption is an effective way to mitigate the negative environmental impact of the food industry. They see environmental protection as an integral part of their responsibility to the planet and future generations. In addition, avoiding meat can be seen as an act of self-discipline and self-restraint. This dietary decision often requires ongoing commitment and awareness in food choice. In this way, Zen Buddhist practitioners develop a greater awareness of their daily actions and an ability to manage desires and temptations in a more balanced way. This self-discipline extends far beyond food and becomes an integral part of their spiritual practice. The choice of a vegetarian or vegan diet among Zen Buddhist practitioners contributes to their commitment to world peace and harmony. They recognize that meat production and consumption are often associated with conflicts related to land resources and wealth distribution. By reducing dependence on meat, they strive to promote a more just and peaceful world in which food resources are more equitably distributed. In summary, the choice of a vegetarian or vegan diet among Zen Buddhist practitioners represents a tangible manifestation of their core values and principles. This dietary style is intrinsically linked to their quest for compassion, nonviolence, environmental balance, and self-discipline. It is a concrete way to translate their philosophy into daily action, and to contribute to the creation of a better world for all living beings. Food preparation can evolve into an advanced form of active meditation, an art that incorporates deep mindfulness and presence of mind into the creation of each meal. As we immerse ourselves in this process, we can deepen our understanding of the relationship between ourselves, food, and the world around us. When we carefully slice vegetables or mix ingredients with care, we can experience the magic of transformation. Every cut, every movement becomes a sacred act of creation. We observe how the shapes and colors of foods combine, how aromas intertwine and waft through the air. This practice requires a calm and focused mind, similar to Zen meditation, in which we fully immerse ourselves in the present activity without mental distraction. Bringing mindfulness into our kitchen not only improves the quality of the food we prepare, but also transforms our very approach to daily life. In this sacred space of reflection and mindfulness, we can learn to be truly present in every moment. Each gesture becomes a lesson in the beauty of simplicity and the importance of precision. With this focus, the kitchen becomes a place of constant learning, where we gain a deeper understanding of our mental processes and emotions. In addition, mindful food preparation puts us in touch with the origin of our food. We can meditate on the lives of the plants and animals that contribute to our meals, recognizing their importance in the food chain. This awareness prompts us to make more ethical food choices, respecting life and the environment. The practice of cooking with presence of mind teaches us to be grateful for every ingredient we have available. We recognize how fortunate we are to have food on our table and to be able to prepare it with love and care. This gratitude is reflected in the quality of the meals we share and the positive energy we give off as we cook. Finally, mindful cooking can become an act of sharing and connecting with others. When we cook for friends or family, we transmit love through food. This act of nourishing others goes beyond mere physical sustenance. It is a way of sharing our love and care with other human beings. Food preparation as an act of meditation is an opportunity for personal growth and deep connection with the world around us. This practice teaches us to live with mindfulness, gratitude, and love in every aspect of our lives, creating a chain of positivity that extends far beyond the kitchen and helps create a more conscious and harmonious world. Finally, Zen Buddhism promotes the sharing of food as an act of love and compassion, deeply rooted in the culture and daily practices of practitioners. This act, known as jishuku or meal sharing, goes beyond the simple act of feeding oneself and is one of the most tangible expressions of the interconnectedness between individuals. Eating together with others is considered a sacred moment in which deep bonds and meaningful connections are established between people. It is an opportunity to set aside the distractions of daily life and fully immerse oneself in the present moment, sharing food and conversation in a context of mutual respect. In this context, food becomes a means to nourish not only the body, but also the heart and soul. Sharing food promotes a sense of unity and belonging, creating an environment in which people feel accepted and valued. In addition, this practice promotes generosity, as those who share food demonstrate their willingness to give and support others. This altruistic act is a direct manifestation of compassion, one of the fundamental tenets of Zen Buddhism. During these shared moments, conversations often focus on deep and spiritual topics. Individuals can share their personal experiences, challenges, and reflections on Buddhist life and practice. These exchanges promote spiritual growth and knowledge enrichment among practitioners, further strengthening the bonds between them. In addition, the sharing of food is often associated with rituals of thanksgiving and prayers. These rituals emphasize gratitude for the food and the people involved in its production and preparation. This feeling of gratitude extends to nature itself, as food is a gift from the earth and the natural cycles that sustain us. In other words, in Zen Buddhist philosophy, sharing food is more than just a meal. It is an act of love, compassion, and gratitude that strengthens the bonds between people and promotes harmony in relationships. This practice highlights the importance of interconnectedness and reminds us that food can be a means of nourishing not only the body, but also the heart and soul, creating a deep sense of community and unity among all beings. In conclusion, from the perspective of Zen Buddhism, healthy eating is a deeply spiritual act that embraces the body, mind, and soul. This practice guides us toward greater presence, awareness, and gratitude at every meal, transforming the act of feeding ourselves into a path of spiritual growth and connection with the world around us. It invites us to be more aware of our food choices and their consequences, not only for ourselves but for the entire planet.